Greensickness by Laurel Chen. My wild grief didn't know where to end. Everywhere I looked, a field alive and unburied. Whole swaths of green swallowed the light. All around me, the field was growing. I grew out my hair in every direction. Let the sun freckle my face. Even in the greenest steps, I crouched toward the light. That summer, everything grew, so alive and so alone. A world hushed in green. Wildest grief grew inside out. I crawled to the field's edge, bruises blooming in every crevice of my palms. I didn't know I'd reached a shoreline till I felt it there. A salt wind lifted the hair from my neck. At the edge of every green lies an ocean. When I saw that blue, I knew then this world will end. Grief is not the only geography I know. Every wound closes. Repair comes with sweetness, come spring. Every empire will fall. I must believe this. I felt it somewhere in the field, my ancestors murmuring, go home, soon, soon. My country wants me back anymore. No country wants me back anymore, and I'm okay. If grief is love with nowhere to go, then oh, I've loved so immensely. That summer, everything I touched was green. All bruises will fade from green and blue to skin. Let me grow through this green and not drown in it. Let me be lawless and beloved, ungovernable and unafraid. Let me be brave enough to live here. Let me be precise in my actions. Let me feel hurt. I know I can heal. Let me try again, again, and again. So the first pattern that I recognized in this poem was the use of alive, growing, grew, alive, and grew. All typically positive words referencing growth, which is a good thing, actually used in a negative light in this sense. So when she's referencing the field being alive and the growth of the field, I think that is in reference to something negative and something causing anxiety and the growing grief. And the grief specifically is what's growing. And then the second pattern that I recognize is the continuous use of the word green throughout the poem. All of these uses of the word green are also in a negative tone. Typically, when I think of the word green, I think of good things. Again, growth, plants, outdoors, just positive things. But in this case, I think it's being used as abuse, envy, and distrust, and grief. And then the last pattern I recognized was in the last stanza, the use of let me. So let me grow, let me be, let me feel, and let me try. I think with the repetition of let me, they seem to be pleading with themselves to change. And each line is like a new affirmation of sorts for themselves to be able to be stronger, to grow, and to heal. A personal connection that I made with this poem is with this line specifically. I crawled to the field's edge, bruises blooming in every crevice of my palms. I've dealt with toxic relationships. I think we all have, whether or not it's friendships or family members or romantic relationships. And sometimes doing what's best for you, in this case leaving, dragging yourself across a field, is one of the most painful parts, like the bruises on the palms. And then the interpretive question I came up with is, based off of this line, all bruises will fade from green and blue to skin. So the first time the word blue was used in the poem, I thought that it was in reference to strength and peacefulness, because before that it was referencing the ocean and the blue that they found. Do you think the second use in reference to bruises is once again meaning strength? Just like the ocean or calmness. Or, and like how you need strength in situations that are painful. Or is it just being used as a descriptive color of the bruise?